Okay, this is the first ever video response I've done to anything. I was actually originally going to do this when I saw that Gordinio Plays had put up a video. I mentioned in the comments I was going to do it, but now I'm kind of have to, because Rollerxcore has tagged me, so I have to do it now, don't I? Yeah, so it's is it 6 questions, 7 questions? I can't remember. I've got a list of them here. About the 90s. Okay, yes. The 90s, to me, it wasn't... I do like the 90s and stuff from the 90s, but when I go back through and look at the things that I found entertaining, they seem to either be from the 80s going into the 90s, or the 90s going into the 2000s. There's not that much in the middle. Plus my picks seem a bit different to what I've seen people talk about. So, but yeah, we'll start first. Favourite cartoon that I still own on DVD. Sadly, I don't own any of them on DVD. So I'll talk about my favourite cartoons. Originally, I was going to say my favourite cartoon from the 90s was, that I still owned on DVD, was South Park. First season was like 1999, and I had season 1 on DVD somewhere. Can't find it, so I was going to show that. Sorry, I'm super thirsty today. But I don't have that. Because my original pick from a cartoon that I really enjoyed from the 90s was The Real Ghostbusters, which started in like the 80s and ended in 91, I think. Yeah, I was obsessed with Ghostbusters as a kid. I kind of still am. I have Ghostbusters stuff everywhere. Then it was followed up by the Extreme Ghostbusters, wasn't it? But couldn't really get into that as much. Something about it, don't know, bugged me. But yeah, I can't show a DVD of it or anything. I can just tell you that I really enjoyed it. But I can show you that I still have, most of these are from the 80s, but I have an almost complete set of Ghostbusters figures and toys and things. Dropped one. So yeah, I'm sad. I still collect these things. Okay, question 2. Sega or Nintendo? This one's tough, because in the 90s I spent most of my time playing either the NES or the Mega Drive. Also had the Mega CD and 32X. But yeah, I played a ton of Nintendo. Then I bought the N64 and skipped out on the Saturn. So I'm trying to think whether or not... I don't know. I owned more Nintendo consoles, but I think I played more Sega, because I never owned a PlayStation. Which is a bit odd. I used to borrow one. Yeah, so if I had to choose, my heart says to go Sega. I was always backing Sega. Like I was backing them for the Dreamcast. Up against the PlayStation 2, I was backing it for that. But going by the amount of actually, if you class the add-ons, I'm going to say Sega, because I bought all the add-ons because I was sad. Favourite console video game? There's a few I was trying to think of that I used to play a lot of in the 90s. So I grabbed a few, and I'm going to have to try and work out of these ones which one it is. I think I know which one it is. But yeah, up first was Blue Shadow, NES game. I think this was incredibly early, it was like 1991. Yeah, it's a little kind of ninja game. It's called Ninja something, or something of the ninja in other territories. But yeah, I just played the hell out of this. So much. It's one of the only games for the Nintendo Entertainment System I own boxed, and in pretty good condition. Yeah, I think I liked it so much simply because it was one that I could always pretty much complete every time I put it on. It's only about half an hour long. But yeah, I just remember you get all the different all the power ups. You get like your shurikens. You get your kind of, it's almost a whippy, grappling-y, hooky thing. The music in it's really fast paced and upbeat. I just really liked the music on it as a kid. All the enemies seem to explode. I used to like that. But yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. I didn't have anything like Ninja Gaiden or anything as a kid. I had this. Other than that was a game that I had to beg my mother to get me, because she knew what it was and what it was about, which was Silent Hill. This is actually one of my favourite games of all time, but that's only because I've come to appreciate it more as an adult than I did as a kid. As a kid, I loved it because I was really into Resident Evil and the puzzles and the horror of it. And when I saw this, I thought, this is just Resident Evil ramped up to like 10. So, yeah, I played the demo of it, which came with Metal Gear Solid, and it just made me need this game. But everyone knows what this is. The last two is Toe Jam and Earl on the Mega Drive. I don't even know how I originally got this in my possession. I borrowed it off of somebody who might have been a relative. I don't know. I don't really know my relatives. But yeah, it was it's like a top-down kind of collecting game, isn't it? Where you walk around collecting bits of your ship to get back home. But I just used to find the humour of this amazing. It's really quirky. It's got really funky music. Yeah, just play that if you want to play it. And the final one that I think is going to be my pick of my favourite game in the 90s. Two Crude Dudes. It's really, it's nothing special. It's like side-scrolling beat 'em up. But me and my mates used to play the hell out of this, like to the point that I lent it to my mate who lived near the school, and people would go around to gang up and try and take this down before school. So yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed this. It's not one that gets much love. I've seen it pop up a few times recently in people's videos, but yeah, it's a really, really fun game. You can like pick up cars and throw them at people and throw different weapons and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. This is what makes me think of my childhood the most, is this game. Favourite comic? I wasn't big into comics. The only comic I read as a kid was Beano, and I can't really remember much about it, which is a bit odd because my mum, as a tradition, used to always get me the annual for Christmas, and she kept getting me those annuals way into the 2010s, just because it was a tradition, and I think they were all sat at her house still. I didn't even read them then. She knows that. She just bought them from tradition. So, yeah. Favourite wrestler? I did watch quite a lot of wrestling as a kid. Did get into it. Did want to buy the replica belts and all that. But yeah, my favourite wrestler was Mankind. Yeah, I don't know why. I kind of liked his deranged loner personality. He was quirky and different. I don't know. Just Mick Foley in general was just interesting to me. For some reason, I can't remember much about watching all the wrestling that I did. This might have something to do with the fact that we used to reenact wrestling moves as a kid. I went around my mate's house and he just got a new computer and a webcam and things. You can imagine how awful a webcam would be back then. I think it was back then. This might have been later. I don't know. He always had like cutting edge technology basically. And he pedigreed me onto some cushions, but the cushions moved and he had a solid floor. It was like carpet pretty much over the top of concrete, and my head bounced off that. That hurt very, very bad. But yeah, other than that, that must have happened really early 2000s, I reckon. Must have been. But yeah, Mankind was my favourite in the 90s. Favourite song and music video? I have a weird taste in music. My music taste, I don't know where it came from. I was going to say it was influenced by games by like Tony Hawk's, but I actually played Tony Hawk's on the N64 first, and that didn't really have much music to it. It was a bit crushed, more like samples of stuff rather than the PlayStation's full lineup of artists. But yeah, trying to think back, what did I really like back then? I really liked Marilyn Manson, actually, which was a bit odd. So I would have been about 11, I think, at the time that I was liking this. I remember watching the Dope Show video and thinking that's a bit creepy and a bit weird, and I really liked it. I don't know why I like creepy, dark, weird things. That and Rock is Dead, which I loved the fact it got used as the end credit sequence of The Matrix, didn't it? But yeah, that's not what makes me think of the 90s the most. The most would be, I really like humorous music as well. So the Bloodhound Gang, I still listen to them to this day. They are just juvenile, stupid pop punk, basically. They've got a bit more electronic now. But yeah, their album Hooray for Boobies was just hilarious to me as a kid. I don't know why. The subject matter is not something I probably should have been listening to at that age. But yeah, off that album, you'd think it'd be The Bad Touch. It isn't. It is I Hope You Die. That's probably my favourite song from the 90s, which again is a very late 90s song. When it comes to music videos, the ones that stick out from the 90s really in my head were The Prodigy's Smack My Bitch Up. It's a video shot entirely in first person, isn't it, of somebody just going on a complete bender. And then at the end you realise it was a woman the whole way through it. It's probably not something I should have been watching as a kid, but I loved the song, and the video itself was just something different. You didn't see things like that ever. I also want to mention that I really liked the Chemical Brothers' Hey Boy, Hey Girl. I don't know why. I thought it might have been because of the really early use of CGI in it and things, but for some reason that just sticks in my head. Plus it's a really good song. Favourite live action TV show? This one's going to be different than most things that people liked as TV shows. These I've kept a few of these on DVD to show them off. Up first for live action, Father Ted. Again, it was probably something I should not have been watching at that age, but I found this hilarious. I don't know, Father Jack was always my favourite character. He's just always wanted his booze. I don't know. It still holds up to this day, and I find this hilarious still. It's never got boring. I also remember at the time when, the point in time when the person who played Father Ted, is it Dermot something? When he died, and as a kid, that upset me. So, yeah, love that. Another one is a late 90s TV show. Again, something I probably should not have been watching, but I loved it. It's The League of Gentlemen. Yeah, this is incredibly dark for a comedy, and definitely something I shouldn't have been watching around about 11 years old. So, yeah. I don't know why I liked it. It had some weird kind of catchphrases to it, so I guess that stuck in my head as a kid, about being local and things. And again, I really liked Papa Lazarou. I found him hilarious. He was dark, he was creepy. Yeah, another catchphrase of his, "You're my wife now." But the one that sticks in my head the most is something I really shouldn't have been watching as a kid, and it holds up to being one of my favourite TV shows ever. Brass Eye. It's like a mock news kind of setup by Chris Morris, who did Jam, The Day to Day, Four Lions. It's bizarre. As a kid, I knew it wasn't real, but some bits in it made me think maybe that could happen, that could happen. But yeah, I think this has influenced my humour more than anything else. My favourite episode of it is actually the special, but that came out in 2001, so can't count that one. Yeah, if you know what the special's about. Well, if you don't, look it up. It's not very, the name of it's not very YouTube friendly. So yeah, just if you like dark, quirky humour, this is amazing. Yeah, I'm not the best at doing these types of videos. I do make notes of things to say, but then they just leave my head. Just leave it completely. Don't know why. Yeah, I'm supposed to nominate people to do this, but I don't know anyone who hasn't done it. So yeah, if anyone wants to respond to this, go for it. If not, eh. Anyway, have fun.